The fifth round of the GTR WC took place at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Bowmanville, Ontario under very stormy skies, which saw Frankie von Neiftrich take the pole from Riccardo Alonso, giving Lamborghini their maiden pole this year. Joining the series for Round of Canada onwards would be the Luxray engineering team, or buying out the Aero Kings team after they were financially unsuitable to continue. But at the start, it was Frankie von Neiftrich getting a really good start as Riccardo Alonso immediately blocked to the inside to prevent the 62 Rosenforth Zonda from making any progress, thus causing the Onyx Lean to lose a lot of time. But Riccardo also would make easy pickings of Frankie von Neiftrich very early on in the race as the conditions got worse. It was early on there would be a couple of victims of the worsening rain. One of them would be the Gulfstream of Saeed Al Faisal, as the 73 also got collected up in there, and the other Roger Lamborghini got some major damage in there as well. Pit stops did come in very fast and very early on. We saw most of the field pit, but Riccardo Alonso would maintain that lead after the stops. But with the 28 Italia Ferrari now in second, the Zonda 62 that got blocked off at the start is now third. The Vittori Zero Celine will be another victim in these really harsh conditions, hitting the tire wall pretty hard over there. But during this run, the 41 Ambrose Milan Ferrari will be making big moves up to the speed of the race, passing the 28 Ferrari who went wide there, and then making this power move past the 62 Zonda, and then making another move happen on the 26 Union Sabre Corvette in a matter of about 5 laps, making this charge over to the lead, making this power move around the outside onto the pit straight stick in some of the very worst conditions you will see. Behind this main pack was the 7 Aero Racing car, the 32 Rojo, and the Matthias Keller Ferrari, but they were going to get a big wake up when the 28 car had a massive off going into the S's and spun off and recovered right in front of them, as we're going to go on board with the Matthias Keller car, as the 32 Lamborghini did get big damage from that. We are on board with the Matthias Keller car, who pretty much saw none of that happen. The 28 car did pit, and on his outlap spun the 39 Matthias Keller car, giving them a 30-second penalty. With conditions changing again, we saw most of the field pit except for this fire. One lap later, when the Rosenforth car did not pit, they had an engine failure the next lap. The Poyopod Vittori Lister was the lone car that did not pit that time to change tires, hoping that it would give them some extra track position. But during the extra round of stops, when the track began to dry out, it was Riccardo Alonso and Jordan McKenna maintaining their lead, with the 41 Ambrose Milan car now in second, and the 7 Aero Racing car in third. But that 28 car is still fighting out at the front, even though it has a 30-second penalty looming all over it, which meant the 41 car had to do some extra work to get past him and Jordan McKenna to get to the lead. Another pit stop came by, and Riccardo Alonso led in and led out. But the chase was indeed still on for the top 2 positions. The Luxury Viper was making moves through the field. It had gained about 20 positions since the start of the race, and was looking to get some points on debut, but the battle was still raging on at the front and at the back end of the points, with the remaining Zonda trying to make positions on the strongly recovering Zero Vittori Lister. This was the battle for 9th, and we're going to see it again with the Luxury Viper powering past the Zero Vittori Celine, who was doing really well in these changeable conditions. On the last round of the stops, the 41 pitted early, and it paid off hugely with an 8-second gap over the 26 Celine, which was more than enough for them to win at Mosport right when the conditions were drying out. It will be 2 in a row for Ambrose Milan in GTR WC. The next round of the championship is at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca.